Hi, my name is Chelsea Seddon, and I will be talking to you today about the metadata standard PBCore. PBCore is part of the Public Broadcasting Metadata Dictionary project, and it was initially developed by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in 2001. It was created by and for U.S. public broadcasting community, and it is open source, free to use, and Creative Commons licensed. The latest major updates to the standards were made in 2014 and 15. However, there have been some updates made since then, and the current version that is being used is version 2.1. The PBCore website describes it as a community access XML schema. Again, it was created for the public broadcasting community in the US, so this includes public broadcasters and related agencies, libraries, archives, producers, etc. It is used for asset management as well as archival description, and includes description of physical or digital media objects, so sound or moving pictures, and these can be clips or complete items in productions. The website also gives a little more detail about the purpose and use. It can be used for cataloging and describing AV content, a model for building databases, a guideline for identifying a set of vocabularies, a data model for collection management system, guideline for spreadsheets, an exchange mechanism between applications, etc. So it really is a versatile standard for AV content. It is also easily shareable and can incorporate other metadata schemas. So as far as the structure goes, PBCore was built upon Dublin Core and then has added elements that are specific to audiovisual objects. And these include 4 content classes, 15 containers, and 82 elements. Within the structure, there are 3 required elements for each document. There are 49 attributes that may be used to further describe elements, and there are also multiple associated controlled vocabularies. Content classes are the main structural components of PBCore that divide up the elements. The first one is intellectual content. This is descriptive metadata, so title, subject, description, and genre. Next, we have intellectual property, which is information about rights and usage. So this is going to be information about the creator, distributor, publisher, etc. The third content class is instantiation. This is going to be your technical metadata, so format, type, duration, size, and location. This is very important for audiovisual material. And the last content class is extensions, and this is where it allows for inclusion of other metadata standards. Here's a diagram of the PBCore structure. As you can see, you have different levels of elements. There's color-coded for the different classes. In green, you can see the root elements at the top, so the required element. And you can also see how there are some shared elements and really just how it flows. So this is a nice picture of the structure of the standard. As mentioned, there are required elements, 3 required elements for each document. This includes a root element. This can be PBCore collection, PBCore description document, or PBCore instantiation document. And each document has one root element that acts as a parent element to all the rest of the elements and encloses all the other elements. And then the other 2 required elements are a PBCore identifier and PBCore title. Here you can see on the website, it gives a page for each element and gives the definition as well as best practice, attributes that may be associated with it, as well as sub-elements. So here we have PBCore collection, which is one of the root elements. So it of course does have sub-elements and has multiple attributes, including many that are required. And there's also an example of an XML document for PBCore collection. Attributes are used to further qualify or describe the elements and their values, and not all attributes can be used for each element. So again, here's a screenshot from the website. It gives a list of all attributes and then tells a brief description about them, as well as which elements they may be associated with. So you can see here the affiliation version may be associated with contributor, creator, and publisher, but collection date has to be associated with PBCore collection. There are also multiple controlled vocabularies associated with PBCore. These are for different aspects of the standard. So whether you're talking about audio, film, PBCore relation type, and these also each have their own page on the website with description, best practice, and then all of the terms. So some of the aspects that are standard or that are specific to this standard, the main one is that the elements are very specific to audiovisual objects. This is a standard that was created for its community and is very, very specific. There's also a specific order and hierarchy of elements, and they must be included in the correct order or the document will not validate. And something that I just found was interesting in studying this standard was the terminology for descriptive and technical metadata, how they're called content classes, and just the general division of different aspects of the structure. Here are a couple of simple XML records. You have at the top the PBCore description document, so you have the root element, that then acts as the parent element. You have identifier and title, and then there's an additional description there. And again, on the bottom, this is an instantiation document, and it has the identifier, the parent element, and location in this context. And then it can get a little more complicated. Here's PBCore used in a METS record, so you have your METS metadata, there's a little bit of Dublin core metadata, and then down at the bottom is again that instantiation document with all of the technical metadata. And finally, this is PBCore being used for archival description, so you have even more detail, really using a lot of elements to describe the resource. And then at the bottom, again, instantiation. There are only a few challenges when using this standard. The main one is that it really is only good for audiovisual objects, and the website does come straight out and say this, that it's not going to be good for manuscripts, photographs, books, or other material that's not audiovisual. Additionally, it's not very in-depth for technical or process metadata. However, the extensions class does allow for more depth in these areas. So some suggestions are using premise for preservation metadata or ReVTMD for process history metadata. So those can be included by use in the extensions class. And something that I think would be interesting to look into further would be the compatibility or comparability with other audiovisual metadata standards. There are a few listed here that are used to describe audiovisual material, and it would be interesting to see how they compare and contrast with PBCore, and if they can be interchanged at all. I have included a resource guide. The good thing about PBCore is that it has a fantastic website that is very clear and easy to navigate, that has lists of attributes, list of elements, and almost anything you would need. So that is most of what is on my resource guide, but there are a few other materials as well. Here are my references, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great day.